And we're back. What's up? Suburban Black Dad Reviews is back, ready to rock and roll with another video, ready to go. Let's get it going right now. So, in this video, I wanted to talk about what happens when your man isn't doing so good. What happens when he's down in the dumps? Would you support him? How does a man feelings affect the whole relationship or just affect the environment around him? Oh my God, I'm burping already. Because when a man crashes out, it can affect so many different people. It's like a trickle down effect. You ever played dominoes before? Okay. It's like you set up a domino and boom, 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 boom. It just depends on how the man reacts. But when he's down in the dumps, when he's not making the funds, maybe somebody said something that cut him to the bone. Maybe it was his woman. Because that's what women will do. They will say shit that will cut you straight to the bone within like T.2 gigawatt seconds. Yeah.
Nope.
Anyway, I wanted to talk about that. But at first, I'm going to get into this email like I normally do. And that has nothing to do with the main topic. So this title reads, I, a 25-year-old female, found out that my partner, 30 male of 3 years, has been hiding his hard drug usage from me for 6+ months. What do I do? As usual, I have not read this email, so let's get into it. Reading with the Black Suburban Dad is going to be a joke, so just hold on to your panties. Hold on to your tighty whities. Here we go. Just as the title...
Nope.
All right, here we go. Just as the title says, that's hard. I found out that my partner has been hiding his hard drug usage, specifically cocaine, from me for the past 6 months. Is this something I can salvage? Is it something worth trying to salvage? Before anyone says it, I know it's been up to me on the end to decide whether it's worth anything, but I wanted to get some non-biased opinions about the matter. That's not a easy drug to get off of, so I've heard through the grapevine. Cocaine is a pretty hard drug. It's not like he's just smoking weed or, even cigarettes. Cigarettes is a hard thing to get off of. It's not like he's just throwing back a couple shots of Don Julio or something like that. Cocaine, that's a pretty big deal. For context, my partner and I have 2 hard boundaries in our relationships. I wonder what they are. I bet I can predict what one of them are that we have repeatedly agreed upon throughout our relationship. One would be no cheating, okay? The second, no use of hard drugs. There's an understanding and agreement of what qualifies as hard drugs. I'd like to see what they say qualifies as hard drugs. I had a sibling pass away in recent years of hard drug use related reasons. So this has been stressed and known to be important to me. My partner and I were seriously discussing me moving in with him for the past few months now. Some of my friends were hesitant with their blessings in the past due to us having a strenuous relationship at times, but have seemingly proved to them and to us, or I thought so, that we have been able to work through things. So with that context, I went to spend the day with some friends the other day. My partner was supposed to pick me up from their house, or wherever they're chilling, but my friends were able to drop me off. Okay, y'all got to get into this. When I got to my see, that's the problem right there. You're already messing up. You're using the word partner. Just say your boyfriend. Does anybody have a backbone anymore? Just say boyfriend. Just say girlfriend, boyfriend. Not your partner. Just your boyfriend or your girlfriend. When I got to my partner's house, I noticed they were being a little off. I bet so. He was high as a kite. But they said they had smoked a bit of weed, which is fine. So I chalked it up to that. I was a bit annoyed that he had done that, knowing that there was a potential for him to pick me up. I'm very anti-driving under the influence, but with that, I smoked a bit myself after that. I mean, come on, man. Do you see that? Oh, I'm against weed, but something, pass me the joint. Now both of them are high. Both of them got to get on the road because they got to get to where they're going. So she said, F it. If you're going to be high, I might as well be high. If we end up crashing out, then hey, man, I guess it's up to both of us. Neither one of us are acting responsible. So it's already letting me know that, look, I know you guys have your hard boundaries and everything, but you're obviously not being responsible either. I mean, if you're sitting up here riffing and raving, talking about, oh, it kind of pissed me off because he took a hit of weed knowing that he was supposed to pick me up. I'm a little pissed about that. No, what she's pissed about, what you got to know if you're on the Women's Network, you will know these things. What she's pissed about is that he got high without her. That's what pissed her off. Okay, let's go. While we were spending time with each other in his room, both high, yeah, they both smoked, he had smoked some weed too in front of me. He turned to me suddenly and said he had to confess something important. I was very high and confused. So she didn't just get a little bit high, she got freaking zooted. I got very high and confused, even though he might be messing with me at first. When he confessed that he had used cocaine 5 times in the last 6 months or so, we talked more about it before he shut me out. He couldn't keep his story straight, so who knows what the truth is. Even as recent as earlier that day, which is why I thought he was acting strange when I arrived, he said he was telling me because he felt like I should know since we were discussing plans to live together. I reacted poorly, which I do regret. Although again, I was very high at this point, so I had difficulty controlling my reaction. We went back and forth about it, and he seemed like he was shutting down and not wanting to discuss it further. A thing he does with confrontation. Okay, so he shuts down when he's confronted with things that he don't want to talk about. It's either because he doesn't want to answer the question, or it's because he's just hearing your voice and nagging him, and he's like, something, I'm shutting down anything to get this girl's voice out of my ear. So it could be one of those two things, or it's probably both of them. By the end of the night, nothing productive came of it. He went to bed while I took a break outside for a few hours. That's the general gist of the story. My question is that, although I know people are different, is there really a way to recover from this? I think worst of all, apart from the usage in general, is that I was lied to for months. I feel very betrayed, hurt, and frankly stupid emotionally. I wanted to recover from this and be supportive and work things out because I love him. Oh, you do, right?
Nope.
But I don't know if I can trust him moving forward. I want to learn how, but not sure if it's possible from where we stand now. I'll tell you, man, reading with me, I got to get some Hooked on Phonics action. I got to get some Hooked on Phonics. I have never been in a position where I was so betrayed. I also want to tread lightly because I don't know if it's an addiction, even though things like hiding it is a red flag just by itself. I don't want to make it all about me. If there's something underlying addiction issues there, it's my first time navigating something like this, and it's just terrible since our lives are so intertwined. We even work at the same job, share a pet, etc. Jesus Christ, do you guys do everything together? I guess what I'm looking for is opinions, advice, or if anyone has experienced something like this. And even more so, is it possible to move forward from this? Once again, I know it's up to me to decide what I'm willing to deal with at the end of the day. But yeah, just wanted to hear some thoughts from others. Maybe even some words of encouragement at this point. Well, you got to sit back and look at your life. Honestly, I think you need to get in a full body mirror, right? Get in your best outfit, right? have them tatas perked up, have your best makeup on, get in a full body mirror, right? Have your best dress on, whatever makes you look good. Yoga pants, Lululemon, whatever. Have your best outfit on. Get in the mirror and think, can I do any better than this guy? Can I at all? Now, if you think you can do better, maybe the grass is greener on the other side. You don't have to deal with the lying, the trust issues, the hard cocaine use, and maybe you will be able to move on to somebody else. But if you look at yourself and you see Miss Piggy or, the Gremlin or something like that, maybe Fiona from Shrek, if you see some image like that, maybe you might just want to stick with the guy. You might just want to stick with him. So these are things that, and I'm telling you to take a different approach, because you can't just, since it's cocaine and he's already lying, you got to take a different approach to it. You can't just go straight ahead. Okay, he's already shutting down when he talks to you. He obviously don't want to talk to you. So it's going to have to be in your hands. It's going to be what you want to do. Don't let him make the decision for you. Even though you love this guy, you say you love him, right?
Nope.
No, I don't think you really love him. You probably have an attachment issue. He might be just safe to you, and plus the fact that you guys are trying to move in together. I don't know your living situation. Maybe you live in a hole in the wall. Maybe you live in your grandma's back room that's haunted or some shit like that, and you're just ready to get up out of there. So you're looking forward to, hey, man, maybe I can deal with this just to get up out of my living situation. So it's things like that you gotta take a long, hard look at and think, is it worth getting into it with somebody, some dude that's already lied to you, already pretty much, it's, girls look at that like cheating, So it's going to be up to you, man. Don't let this guy take the situation into his hands. It's up to you to take control of the situation and decide. The thing that stuck out to me, though, is that you guys have the same job. You guys share a pet, so you guys are going to be fighting over that if you guys break up. I think somebody should have just came in with the pet. Never buy a pet together. Somebody come in with the pet, so they have predominant use over the pet. They can say, oh, okay, I got full rights over that thing. That's my pet, okay? So you guys aren't fighting over it like that, Like, leave the situation with what you came in with. So you guys got a pet together. You guys got a job together. And you guys are trying to live together. Well, this situation just by itself with all those things are going to be all bad. I mean, it's probably not going to work out in your favor. People need space from each other. Now, I know you're thinking, she wants to track and see what he's doing, at work. Who knows? He might want to track and see what she's doing, so they're working together. Just imagine, you're leaving the house. If you get in a fight or something like that, you leave the house, you guys are probably riding together, probably working the same shift. You got to ride together. All right, you get to work. You guys are going to be acting weird towards each other. People already know that you're together, so then now word's going to spread that, I feel some tension between Timmy and Tammy. Something's going on. Oh, they're fighting. Now you guys are going to be the talk of the job. Everybody's going to be talking about your situation. Then it's going to get around that he's banging whores and sniffing cocaine or something like that.
Nope.
And you're really going to be feeling like a dumb fool. So with those things said, I think that you should probably just get out of the situation, man. Don't even waste time. Just get up out of the situation. You guys are fools for living together and trying to have a life outside of work together. I mean, that's just seeing people way too much. There's no way I can see people that much. Jeez, man, I don't even want, I ain't even going to say it. All right, I'm going to keep that one to myself. Anyway, this is going to be a short video. It really is. I know I always say I'm going to make a short video, and I end up not doing it, but I want to get into a couple videos. One is from Boozy Badass. Two is from some people that I don't know. And it's just talking about, a man's emotions, I think it's about how a man expresses his emotions. Because I know people like to say, oh, women love hard. Well, me personally, I think men love harder. Because men are already guarded, They don't want to be seen as soft. especially to their homeboys or anything like that. They don't want to be seen like they don't want to be talked about like a simp. So when a man does open up to a woman, he usually like really opens up. And when she breaks his heart or says something that's going to cut him to the bone, like, hey, you're a loser, or hey, like last night I was with your best friend. You weren't getting the job done. He was right there, right behind me. Like that line in the picture right there. And guess what he was doing? He put that Italian stallion on me. And I was splish splash like I was taking a bath. Now, if she can say stuff like that'll cut you to the bone. It'll just straight up destroy you, man. But you might want to watch if you say something like that, because he might snap out at nighty night. So anyway, I'm gonna play this video from Miss. Oh, you know something? First off, before I do that, let's have about 10 seconds of a white girl rambling. Let's go.
My therapist. She goes to therapy, not to brag. I go to therapy. I'm healed. And now it's at the point where, if he doesn't text me back for 3 days, I'm like, you did the work for me. Now I know that, you're not on the same wavelength as me. This isn't the energy that I want or deserve. Yeah. And growing up, you're just like, oh my God, what did I do? I need to prove myself. Now, then that's when you post the sexy bikini photo in your story to try to get his attention, to get him to text you back. And now I'm like, notice me, remember me. And now I'm like, I don't care.
Nobody cares, nigga.
Oh my God, that was worse than I thought it was. They were nice to look at, but Jesus Christ, I just wanted to hit y'all with that. Couple seconds of white women rambling. How you like that? Cash me outside. All right, let's cue up Boozy Badass. And look, if y'all don't know Boozy Badass, he's super, like he's that guy, like when he talks and he wants you to feel it, then you're probably gonna feel it. And in this video, I think he's displaying that. So when Boozy talks, yes, you're going to feel it. Yes, is he overdoing it a little bit? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'll let the one person watching this be the judge of that. So without further ado, Boozy Badass, take it away. How does a man feel? What it says? A woman can a woman can say something to a man that will crush his soul. So he says crushes his soul. I say a woman will say something that'll cut your ass to the bone. All right, let's go, Boozy.
A man cares what a woman says. A man can say something and a woman can say something, but it hurt 10 times more when that woman says. A woman can tell you something and break
Fair
you
use.
down. A woman can tell you something that put chills on you. A man cares what a woman says.
All right, you hear that? I'm going to play it again. I'm not going to interject at all. I already said fair use. Let's hear it again from the top. Boozy Badass. Is he telling the truth or is he lying?
A man cares what a woman says. A man can say something and a woman can say something, but it hurt 10 times more when that woman says. A woman can tell you something and break you down. A woman can tell you something that put chills on you. A man.
Okay, so what I will say about that, and he's actually, I listened to it, he's telling the truth, okay? Women can say stuff to a man that will straight make him crash out, and everybody got to go. You got to go. She got to go. And guess what, Ninja? Now I got to go. Yeah, man, so women can say stuff that'll cut a man to the bone. But what I will say to that is that if you out there, that one person listening, if you were on the Women's Network, you would be prepared for this shit. Okay? You won't get cut to the bone. All right? You won't get your soul crushed. You won't get cut to the white meat. You won't crash out where she say you got a little Johnson. Where she said you shooting blanks. We've been trying to get pregnant for 5 years. All you do is shooting blanks with your little Peter. You ain't gonna crash out and be like, you ain't gonna check her out. Oh shit! What am I doing? All right. Let's get that off of there. That's my next video. You ain't gonna check out when she does something like that. Okay. But yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, if you're on the Women's Network, you can expect women to say stuff like that, okay? You can expect them to lie. You can expect them to cheat. You can expect them to steal, especially lie. You can expect them to say stuff that's going to cut you to the bone. But when you get that heart cold, enough, just bring it down a couple couple degrees. Just throw it in the freezer for a second and put it back in your chest. Just bring that temperature down a little bit. Then you're not going to give a damn what anybody says, not only your woman or a woman. She ain't going to be able to cut you to the bone because you're going to have that Superman skin, all right? Everything that's thrown up against you is going to bounce right off, just like a bullet from Superman. It ain't going to be able to mark you, touch you, none of that stuff. You're going to be damn near impenetrable. Am I saying it right? Impenetrable.
Nope.
To words that would usually cause you to crash out and cause chaos amongst the person that's saying it to you. All right? So just get that heart colder just a little bit. Bring it down a couple degrees. And when I say that, yeah, I'm saying it in a joking way, but there's also truth in every single joke that I say. I'm saying that, like, you don't have to be cold-hearted. Like, oh, man, if you see a grandma getting beat up or something, you see some dudes, like, just smacking a grandma up or something like that, that don't mean that you don't have to help out. I'm not saying cold-hearted like that. You don't have to be like, oh, if you seen like a wheelchair with somebody in it rolling down the street and a Mack truck was coming and you seen what was about to happen. It was about to be a crash. You don't have to be so cold-hearted where you just pull out your phone, tape it, and then just, after the aftermath, just turn around and leave, hollering World Star or something like that. You don't have to be cold-hearted like that. I'm saying just be cold-hearted to the world around you. You can still be kind-hearted and cold-hearted, but just when you're being cold-hearted, just expect the worst, okay? When you expect the worst and you actually don't get the worst, then, it makes for a better situation. I don't even know if I'm explaining this right, but if you just expect the worst and just say, like, you don't get the worst from somebody, expect them to say the nastiest thing that you could ever say, okay? So, like, with a black person, right? What's their trump card? What is the trump card that somebody can use against me? They can call me the N-bomb, right? Well, what they don't know is that my heart is cold, and also I don't identify as an N-bomb because I think freely and differently. So when they say stuff like that, it affects me none, all right? I can smile it off, and then they have nothing because I brought my heart temperature down just a couple degrees, okay? I expect the worst. I go out into the world expecting the worst, all right? It's a cold world out there, man. You got to be just a little bit colder, all right? So that's why I said, just bring that temperature down just a little bit. You can be cold-hearted to the world around you, but also be kind-hearted to the people around you. That sounded pretty good. All right, I'm going to bring another video up real quick. And this is some random black guy trying to be spiritual or something like that, So let's see what this random black guy has to say. All right, take it away, Rando.
Most relationships are suffering today because most men are just emotionally unavailable.
Fair use.
And it's so sad because what it's doing is it's preventing us from forming deeper connections with the women we say we love. We're having a conversation. She is expressing herself emotionally, the hurt and pain we've caused her. But because we're not emotionally available, we dismiss how she feels. It causes resentment, and we never change. All because we won't allow ourselves to open up to how she feels. If we want longer lasting, committed, deeper connected, loving relationships, we are going to have to become emotionally available.
Good luck on that one. All right, I'm going to run it back again and break down a couple things that he said.
Most relationships are suffering today because most men are just emotionally unavailable. And it's so sad because what it's doing is it's preventing us from forming deeper connections with the women we say we love.
Okay, so the only problem with that is the problem with that is if you tell a woman something, okay, just say if you go out there and you meet a woman, all right, you meet a woman tomorrow and you tell her, I don't know, for some reason you tell her like, oh, my grandpa died in 1964 and it was my dad's fault. My dad actually got in a car accident and my grandpa died. So I blame my dad, but I still love my dad. If you told her that for some weird reason, right? Just say, if you guys ended up being in a relationship a year from now, just say you guys got in a fight. Guess what she's going to bring up? She's going to bring up that, oh, your dad ain't shit. That's why he killed your granddad. Because they never forget. So anytime that a man opens up emotionally and he wants to tell his woman something, well, she stores that right up in the data bank, right up here, like, all right, upload it to the memory bank right here. And she can forget everything. She can forget that she left the clothes in the washer. She can forget that she left the stove on just like 5 minutes ago. Now the avocado toast is burning. She can forget that she left the kid at school or the baby at daycare or something like that. But you know what she won't forget? She won't forget that you told her that your dad killed your grandpa. Cause it's shit like that they don't forget. Anything that's gonna break your ass down, anything that's gonna hurt you, she gotta have some ammo stored up here. So that ammo that she got ready to fire in your direction, she's always gonna remember that. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is anything you tell them can and will be used against you in the court of your own house.
A conversation. She is expressing herself emotionally, the hurt and pain we've caused her. But because we're not emotionally available, we dismiss how she feels. It causes resentment, and we never change.
Okay, I mean, look, bro, she's gonna resent you anyway. Okay, it don't even matter. Okay, it don't matter if you open up and you be the biggest open box. You just walk around with your damn chest open like that, just spilling everything. Oh, baby, I love you. All this stuff. You know what she gonna be like?
Nobody cares, nigga.
Nope. She gonna resent your ass anyway. You can be the perfect husband. You can do this. She can have a list for you to do every single day. You can exceed that list. Exceed it. And guess what? She's still gonna resent you. So how you gonna open up to that? How? You tell me. Get on the Women's Network. Maybe you can get on the Women's Network. But if you're living, I'm going to tell you one thing about the Women's Network, man. If you're living in-house with that woman, it's going to be hard for you to be on the Women's Network and have that ice box where your heart used to be and just be all chill about the situation. Especially when you can't like actually get away from her. You're in the house with her. She just boom, just throwing stuff, just cutting you to the bone. Boom, boom, boom. And you like this. You got your Captain America shield just blocking it. Well, if you living with her, one of those insults are going to come through. And guess what? It might result. Everybody got to go. So being on the Women's Network is harder when you're actually living with that person. Now, somebody like me, I live by myself. Okay. Do I need this space that I have right here? No, I don't need this big space, but I got it. But I live by myself. So it's easier for me to be on the Women's Network and not be affected by this stuff. Because I can say, as the originator of the Women's Network, if I was to move a woman in here right now, who knows? I might crash out. I might be like, and then I might be like, so the way I avoid that is just not by, I just don't want a woman living with me.
All because we won't allow ourselves to open up to how she feels. If we want longer lasting, committed, deeper connected, loving relationships, we are going to have to become emotionally available.
Nope.
Nah, son, I can't see it, son. Nope, we're not doing that, okay? We're not becoming more emotionally available. We're not becoming more emotionally available. Boom, I said it, all right? I said it. That's me. Yeah. I said a word right. So, we can't do that anymore, okay? It's 2024. Things have changed, okay? Things ain't the same anymore. What we got to do is just work on being leaders for our women, honestly. But the women got to be able to follow us too. Because I think when we fall into our roles, just throw that whole love thing aside, okay? You can learn to love somebody. It's like back in the days, you know, there were arranged marriages, and in other countries, other ethnicities, other cultures, there's still arranged marriages. Now, arranged marriage is just putting the girl with the best guy so she can be in a good situation, you know, and both families can actually prosper from that marriage. Now, maybe she might fall in love, maybe she might not. Maybe she might hate the guy, maybe she might not. Who knows? But you can learn to love somebody. So I think what's going to happen is we're actually going to have to move away from this whole I have to love you first and then open up and, you know, this and that. And
Nope.
I think that's the wrong way to go. I think with that, we need to get in roles, okay? Man be the leader of the house. Woman, you got to follow your man. Woman be the nurturer of the house, okay? Man, you also have to listen to your woman. Not saying that you got to follow her. So I think we need to have roles. And then, hey, after some time, maybe you guys can actually learn to love each other, okay? Because when you're in the household and you're giving that woman that protection, that, you know, you're paying her bills, you're helping her financially, and she's giving you that respect that you want, because that's the main thing that men care about in a relationship, or it's the main thing that they should if they got any nuts in their body. They should care about respect first. Men love to be respected, okay? Without the respect, you got a beta male, you don't have a leader, leader gets ousted, okay? You know? So I think that's the way that we need to go about it. And then, you know, maybe later on down the road, maybe you can open up when you feel like it's safe, you know, to open up. Me personally, I don't know. I say stuff, you know, if I'm in a relationship or just seeing a girl, I'll say some stuff. I'm not going to totally open up. But like I said, I'm still on the women's network. So if she tries to use that against me, I'm not even going to care. It's not going to make me any difference. It's going to bounce off of me, like I said, like a Superman shield, like a bullet off Superman. So that's what I think about this video, you know, opening up. I don't know if we can do that anymore. I mean, you can try it at your own peril. Try it at your own risk. Might work out, it might not. So I'm not going to do it, but that's just me. Like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, okay? Share it with somebody, the one person that's watching this video. Please share this on any of the social media sites, okay? Black Suburban Dad Reviews. I'm starting to read better, just by a tad bit. I still need that Hooked on Phonics, though, so I might go on Amazon and order that tonight because my ass cannot read. Peace. I'm out, and go watch my other videos. They have comedy. They're funny, too. Peace.